Hello, I'm Rafi Bayojan and you are watching the Daily Market Comment at xm.com. As the G20 summit gets underway in Japan, investors' attention is fixated on the much anticipated meeting between US President Trump and Chinese President Xi as the two leaders attempt to mend their fraught relations. There's a lot of uncertainty as to what the meeting due to take place on Saturday will produce, but the minimum outcome that traders are anticipating is for the two sides to restart the stalled trade negotiations and delay imposing any additional tariffs. Such a result might help lift the risk sentiment slightly, as it would keep alive hopes of an eventual deal, but is unlikely to significantly alter the global economic outlook and therefore do little to curb expectations of rate cuts by major central banks around the world. The US dollar was marginally weaker but steady on Friday as traders warily awaited the headlines to emerge from this weekend's crucial G20 talks. The cautious market mood helped gold increase its distance above the $1,400 announced level after briefly dipping below it yesterday. Despite the uncertainties regarding what direction the Trump-Xi talks will take, the Australian and New Zealand dollars continue to scale fresh highs against their US counterpart. Expectations that the Fed will cut rates more aggressively than the RBA and RBNZ have driven the Aussie and Kiwi to multi-week highs over the last few days. The RBNZ kept rates on hold this week but signaled more cuts will be needed in the coming months, while the RBA is highly anticipated to lower its cash rate for the second meeting in a row when it convenes next week. The pound, on the other hand, has not been able to take full advantage of the weaker dollar on growing fears that Boris Johnson, the next likely Prime Minister of the UK, would allow a disorderly Brexit. Rising risks of an early general election that could bring Labour into power are also weighing on the British currency. With inflation in the United States still rather muted, the core PCE price index will be watched later today, along with personal income and spending figures. Also important will be Canadian monthly GDP numbers for April, as well as the Bank of Canada's quarterly business outlook survey, as the Canadian dollar surges to 5-month highs on diminishing expectations that the Bank of Canada will follow the Fed in cutting rates. This was today's Daily Market Comment. Thank you for watching.